you are done with the first phase, which is your jamb, right? I want to say congratulations on that. Whether you scored 300 plus, whether you scored 200, whether you scored 190, I want to say congratulations. But the thing is, you are not yet done until you are done. And what I mean by you are not yet done until you are done is that you are not yet free until you get admission finally into the university to study that your dream course. And if you are yet to get admission into the university, then that means that you have to keep fighting. You have to keep fighting because there's another obstacle which is sometimes more difficult than jamb. The name is known as Post-UTME. Post-UTME, that is post-jamb. You understand? Now, some schools in Nigeria don't write Post-UTME. Some schools in Nigeria don't write Post-UTME. Then for those that write Post-UTME, I made a video one time talking about listing out their names. You understand? Schools like University of Calabar, schools like OAU, schools like UNN, schools like University of Ilorin. These schools, they write Post-UTME. You understand? So it is very, very important you know whether your school is writing Post-UTME or not. And if your school is writing Post-UTME, then this is a time for you to keep pushing. It's a time for you to keep pushing. And how you can pass your Post-UTME is not just the same way, although it's similar, but it's not just the same way you use in getting high score in your jamb exam. You understand? Because the Post-UTME is hosted by the school. The school you apply for is the one that is arranging this exam for you, not jamb as a whole. You understand? And this is to tell you that the various methods these schools will be using is going to be different. This simply means that someone that is applying for UNN or OAU or UNILAG, their Post-UTME format is going to be different from someone that is in University of Calabar. Although it's going to be mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, and current affairs, but how they calculate this, the aggregate, is going to be so different. And it is very, very important that you understand how to calculate your aggregate depending on the school you apply for. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can be able to pass your Post-UTME without stress. I can be able to pass a Post-UTME and get admission into the university. And if you are just coming across my YouTube channel for the first time, my name is Basi Ejoba. I'm a 400 level student at the University of Calabar studying medical laboratory science. And in my channel, I help students level up the academic game. I also share full tips on this channel focusing on personal development. So if you love content like this, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button so I can continue getting updated on my job videos like this, and so that you can help me grow. And just like I've said, I'm going to talk about how you can be able to pass your Post-UTME exams. First of all, in the course of the introduction of this video, I talked about understanding your school pattern. Understanding your school pattern is one of the first way. You understand? But it's not just like jamb that everybody in Nigeria is following a particular pattern. You understand? So you must be able to understand your school pattern. When I talk about school pattern, is that you must be able to know the number of questions you'll be answering, the number of questions you're supposed to expect. Understand? The subject you are supposed to cover. For people at University of Calabar, don't forget you'll be writing mathematics, you'll be writing chemistry. For science, that is medicine and surgery, if you're a science student, you'll be writing mathematics, you'll be writing English language, you'll be writing physics, chemistry, and also current affairs. You understand? So you must be able to note the subject that is being covered, and also understand how their marking patterns look like. Do they apply the negative marking? Do you know what's negative marking? If you don't know now, negative marking is a type of marking that, let's say, okay, we have question from number 1 to 10, for instance. So if you fail number 1, let's say you fail number 1 and you pass number 2, you fail your number 1 and you get your number 2 correct. What is going to happen there is that the number 1 that you fail is going to cancel that number 2. You understand? That is what is known as negative marking. So you have to find out whether the school you apply for, whether they do this negative marking and how it's going to affect you. That means when it comes to negative marking, it's very important. In fact, for negative marking, it is best you leave the answer, you leave the questions unanswered, that even try attempting to answer it, because when you attempt to answer it, you get to find out that your mark will be deducted. And it's also important to know whether the school permits you to allow your questions unanswered. Understand? Whether you allow it unanswered, and whether it's also going to affect you. So you must know these stuffs. You must know their marking pattern, whether they apply what is known as a negative marking, and also the time duration for their exams. Do they write this exam for 2 hours? Is it for 1 hour? Is it for 1 hour 30 minutes, or is it just for 30 minutes? You understand? You must also know their duration. You also have to note their question type. Although a lot of the universities use computer-based test, that is CBT. You should also know whether your school is using only paper, like they are using paper, or they are using CBT, because this will also help you in the course of your preparation. So it is very, very important that you know the school pattern which you are applying for. Secondly is that you have to focus on high yield topics. I'll be making videos on high yield topics, especially for jambites. When it comes to high yield topics, these are from the name yield, right? These are topics that although all topics are important, because I wanted to say these are topics that are very important, although we all know that all topics are important, but these high yield topics are topics that tend to reappear every year. These topics tend to reappear every year, and how you can be able to get these high yield topics is when you source for the school Post-UTME past question. And if you're looking for any Post-UTME past question, as far as you're a Nigerian student, University of Calabar, UNNN, ROS, you just drop it in the comment section. Your Post-UTME past question is available for just 1,000 naira. You'll be able to get exclusive Post-UTME study past questions. So if you need this Post-UTME past questions, just drop it in the comment section. Just say I need it, and I will give you my WhatsApp number. Chat me on WhatsApp, and I will send this Post-UTME past question for you for just a sum of 1,000 naira. So you should be able to note these high yield topics, and like I said, it is only the Post-UTME that will reveal to you these high yield topics. And how can the your past question reveal it to you is that when you check, for example, let's say you check for 2000, and let's assume you are using from 2020 to 2025 or 2024, right? So if you are using for those years, you get to find out that when you check your 2020 and you check your 2021, check your 2022, you get to find out that there are some topics that questions are always coming from. That will automatically tells you that this topic is a high yield topic and I am supposed to focus on it. You understand? So that is how you can be able to get your high yield topics. And when you get these high yield topics, then don't sleep on it. Make sure you cover everything on it from the beginning to the end. You understand? So the third one is that you use your past questions strategically. Yes, I just talked about it when I was talking about the high yield topics. You must be able to use your past questions strategically. And one of the ways you can be able to use your past questions strategically is by practicing under exam condition. Now, you don't just use the past question because you want to use the past question and you want to just see how the past question looks like. No, what you have to do is that you have to practice under exam condition. So let's say, okay, I'm going to make a video on it showing you how you can be able to use your past questions like as if you are under an exam condition. But for the sake of this video, let me just tell you how it's going to look like. So let's assume you take a piece of paper, right? Take a piece of paper, you check the particular Post-UTME year, the year you want to answer, right? Let's say you want to answer 2015 questions. So what you simply do is that you number from number 1 to 30 or number 1 to 40, depending on how it's going, the numbers or the number of questions, right? So you look at your past question and you time yourself. Let's say, okay, you say, okay, I'm going to give myself 20 minutes to answer every question here in my chemistry for 2015, right? So you see how you can be able to answer these questions and the one that you feel. Now the ones that you feel, what you simply do is you check it out because the answers is going to be there. So what you simply do is you check it out and you see where the mistakes, where you made your mistakes, and so you can be able to get your correction. And if you're not satisfied with the explanation, you still have the opportunity of going back to your textbooks to see how you can be able to really understand that concept or that particular topic. That is how you can be able to use your past questions strategically by practicing under exam condition. Now, it is not just enough for you to cram these past questions and answer, because that is what a lot of people do. What they do is they don't even tend to understand what they are reading. What they just want to do is how to cram this past question and answer. It works, so because sometimes luck, you understand, there are some people that are very lucky. They will enter the exam hall and everything they cram is coming out. It's luck, but what if this luck doesn't fall for you? You understand? So that is why it's very important that you understand the questions. Now, when you use this past question, it's not just there for you to cram it, right? It's for you to understand the questions and the technicalities, the reason behind why that question is that way. You understand? So those are the ways you can be able to use your past questions strategically and effectively. And also is that you have to create a realistic study plan. A realistic study plan is something I keep talking about in my videos. Because some people set study plan that is not realistic, especially when they know that, let's assume, okay, I am an evening reader. I read mostly and I read at my best from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. At my best, right? From 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And I go to school and I see my friend reading in the afternoon. Although I can join them, and if I want to join them, I will just join them and be reading, right? But I will know that within me that I might not be able to really understand all the concept, or I may not really be able to understand what I am reading. You understand? I might not be able to really understand what I'm reading. So I'm not going to force myself. What I would do is I can just leave that place and go to the house and see I can prepare, arrange myself, and in the evening I read. So you must be able to know yourself before you can be able to plan your study plan. You understand? Excuse me, or before you can be able to plan your study timetable. So you must be able to know yourself. Am I a morning reader, afternoon reader, and evening reader? Right? And also check, in the course of preparing your study plan or your study timetable, you have to be very flexible. You understand? So you can say, okay, I can read for 2 hours. Understand? So your timetable must be very realistic. I can read for 2 hours. Don't go and force yourself that you want to read 5 hours at a stretch. It's not just by reading for 5 hours as a stretch, but you can read for 2 hours and still understand all what you have read by using the study techniques, which I have also been talking about this in my videos, that the specification, the active recall, and a lot of them. You understand? And lastly is that you have to take care of your mind and body. You get to find out that when you wrote your exam, a lot of you went inside the hall with fear. But in the case of you preparing for your post-UTME, you already have the experience of jamb and how fear played you dirty. So you have to remove every form of fear. You must be able to remove every form of anxiety. Take care of your mind, take care of your body. Train your mind to see only positivity and not negativity. Take care of your body so that you will not fall sick, right? You will not fall sick. When you fall sick, you'll not be able to read. So you have to take care of your body so you will not fall sick and to enable you continue reading. You understand? So this is just the various ways you can be able to pass your post-UTME to ace your post-UTME with not just a good score, but a very groundbreaking score that the whole Nigeria is going to hear about you. I've talked about understanding your school pattern, which is a number of questions, their negative, they apply negative marking, their duration, and their subject covered. I've talked about focusing on high topics. I've talked about using your past questions strategically, which is practicing under exam conditions. I've talked about creating a realistic study plan and taking care of your mind and body. Currently, I'm running a free post-UTME study class. I'm undergoing a free post-UTME study class, and you can see this is my marker and this is my board. I'll be solving some post-UTME questions, so take note of it. And if you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I really please I'm begging that you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you are not going to miss out when I will start dropping these videos. And like I said, I'm also running a post-UTME special post-UTME class on WhatsApp. And if you want to be part of this class, just drop it in the comment section and I will add you in our post-UTME class. And if, like I said, if you're looking for your post-UTME past questions, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Just be specific. Is it the post-UTME past questions you want, and you also want to join our post-UTME class? I will drop you my WhatsApp number, chat you on WhatsApp. You get your post-UTME questions and I will add you to our WhatsApp group for your post-UTME study. So that is just how it is. Passing your post-UTME is very simple when you apply all these stuff and also trusting in God and believing in yourself. Until I see you in my next video, always remember that you're wonderful, always remember that you're unique, and always remember that you're versatile. Like I said, if you love this video and you wish to continue getting videos like this, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button and also share this video to your friends so they can come here and get value. I really love you. Thank you.